dealing with a little bit of an injury there, but
right, sometimes you just get
a little bit too comfortable maybe. And so Antonio would have cut the lead down a little bit, but still a win for Graham Koletsky there. We'll see at 84 how we finish this match off, but Binghamton officially taking this one from the Tigers.
Yeah, Nate Dugan ranked number 18 at 184 pounds for the Tigers, and his opponent today will be Caden Bavis. There was some question as to whether it would be him or Jacob Nolan stepping out at 184 for the Bearcats. They're trying to get something sorted out at the head table. We're all set. Come to the center of the mat. And we are underway in the last match of today.
Dugan coming off a tough loss yesterday against Cornell. See if he can come out here and put some of his captain dominance on display. Obviously not wrestling the guy he initially expected to, but still an opportunity to come out here and get a win for his team.
And do you think that's maybe strategic, Patrick?
100%, yeah. I don't know what the situation was. It seemed like they weighed both guys in, and obviously they have this match wrapped up, so why would you give an opponent who you're going to be fighting, for an allocation with at the conference tournament a chance to get a look at you? Maybe he's dealing with some minor injuries. Maybe, there's some benefit to giving him this day off. But definitely a tactical decision to keep Nolan out of this match. And right, we'll see what happens here in this last match. But
actually Will Ebert out there at 184. That's interesting. That's one of the three guys that could be wrestling this match at 184 for the Bearcats.
Yeah, so not the ranked matchup that we expected to see, but still a tough match. Ebert wrestling tough here. I think it's one of those things that you love to see as a program is having guys staying ready, right? Like, some teams have spots in their team where they only have one guy, and if that guy can't compete, they're forfeiting, right? So, and that's detrimental. If you have a Division I program and you're forfeiting at certain weights, that's not a good look. Not a good look at all. So the fact that, you have guys like Ebert that are coming out here and are ready to compete against ranked foes, it's impressive. And a lot of testament to the guys staying ready, these programs.
And Ebert's looked tough against Dugan. Like, he hasn't given up any points. Yeah. Credit to him. And Pat, like, obviously you're coaching Dugan to win this match, but afterwards, the Tigers have had a tough weekend and had a tough loss to Cornell yesterday, another tough loss to today. What do you think your message is for your team moving forward in that type of situation?
I think my message is to take this and learn from it, and it might sound like very cliche, but there's a lot of things that they could do differently that they can take from this. I mean, they got a tough weekend coming up next weekend.
30 seconds.
And I think it's just a matter of really honing in on the little things, right? And like going back and watching these matches and seeing where things started to turn, right? I think understanding the tactical battle is important. Right, exactly, like right here. Does Dugan finish the match, or does Dugan finish his period on top, or does he allow an escape to happen? Right? Like little things like that really dictate the ending of the match, right? I mean, like little tiny details. Dugan's gonna go back and watch that and say, hey, that was a loss for me, but a nice takedown there after a couple attempts from Dugan. But I mean, again, Ebert staying right in this match. Again, same exact situation that we had with Berge, right? Short time in the first period, Berge's on top, lets him out. Dugan Short time, lets him out. It's Dugan's choice now, but again, we'll see if Ebert can get a ride out. If he does, he gets an escape now. He's right back in there.
Yeah, and this team score feels like it should be a lot closer than it is right now.
And it should be. I don't think Pearson gets pinned. But again, that Berge match, I felt like probably could have gone towards him. I mean, it seemed like he was the dominant force through, up until the overtime period at least. A lot of those tactical decisions were the reason that he lost that match. And credit to Binghamton, they capitalized on it, right? Like they found a way to win. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to draw a picture, right? It's just a matter of who gets their hand raised. That gets the team points, and Binghamton obviously doing a way better job of that than the Tigers are today. But at the end of the day, this is all leading up to the end of the year, and the team is obviously huge, in terms of how you feel about the program and how you feel about where you're at as a team. But individually, you're focused on, All-American status and making it to the NCAA tournament. But you see, Ebert's right. He's putting a ride on. This could very well be a situation where he goes down and gets an escape in the third period, and it's a 3-3 match with the riding time point. So Dugan needs to get a 1. He needs to get an escape point here.
Yeah, and Ebert, for not even being on the list of names that we thought was going to be out here, has put on a really impressive performance for Binghamton.
I mean, it's exactly, if you're the Binghamton coaching staff, you have to look at what you did today and have a lot of confidence to be like, hey, we're doing something right here as a program, because you have guys like this guy, Ebert, coming in, stepping up, wrestling a ranked opponent and wrestling them really tough. And then you have guys winning really tight matches, against guys that they're going to see at the IWA tournament. So this is a really positive thing for Binghamton, and not so positive thing for Princeton.
Yeah, of course, but also Princeton with an opportunity to adjust before that EIWA tournament for those NCAA bids. Like, there's very much time left in the season for them to adjust how they're approaching some little things, because it's not major differences that make these matchups unwinnable. It's just a few key mistakes that the Tigers made today, and I think if they can clean those up moving into the postseason, they could be in a really good position.
I agree, and again, it's a matter of actually taking advantage of the opportunity to go fix those things. As you see, short time here in the second. We'll see if Dugan can get an escape point or a reversal here, but not looking like he's going to do so. But I agree, right? It's all about taking it and making the most of it, and we'll see if the Tigers are able to do so. But they really need to make a big change going into the end of the year. This is not how you want to be competing in the first weekend of February. I mean, we're pretty late in the season as it is, right? There's only a few more weeks of dual meets, and then you're right into EIWAs and the Nationals. So this is where you'd want to see you're starting to peak, right? This is where you're kind of starting to ramp up your competition to being where you want to be for March. But, things to work on for sure for both sides. But Tigers definitely got to go, get back to the drawing board and be ready to compete against, some tough opponents in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, especially Penn coming up next weekend. Like
Penn, Lehigh is another one that's going to be tough. They got a couple that are going to be tough matches for them, and they got to be prepared to come out there and compete. And as you see, this match is tied. This match is tied right now. So a takedown wins it.
Yeah, with the ride time in Ebert's favor, that effectively makes the score 3-3, and it's going to come down to who can get a takedown here. But Dugan with a nice high crotch to a double, and maybe looking to get some backs here as well.
That's what you got to do. And it's exactly what he had to do, and he got it done. So Dugan back in the driver's seat, set of 3 back points. Not fazed by the fact that the match was tied and just continuing to wrestle after getting ridden out in that second period.
Go out of bounds, reset in the center.
It's impressive to have that composure, right? Especially you're a ranked guy, you're wrestling a backup, right? Maybe a guy that, you weren't expecting to see, and just finding a way to stay composed and not thinking about what happened in the match and just focusing on what's going to happen, in the rest of the match. lets him back up. We'll see if he tries to get a takedown and even get bonus points here, right? I mean, it's pretty incredible how the matches can change so quickly with these back points and this 3-point takedown.
Yeah, we've definitely seen that rule change come into play today. Like, it's definitely incentivizes wrestlers to take more risks from their feet, to get takedowns and to get big moves and feet to back.
Yeah, 100%. And with short time left here, it's looking like Dugan is going to come out of here with the decision victory, but still attacking, still trying to put points on the scoreboard. But, you know, way to finish for him in the third, and going to be a decision victory to finish this match here at 184.
So with that'll wrap up what has been a tough weekend for the Princeton Tigers. A tough match against Cornell yesterday, and now falling 26-12 to Binghamton. And Pat, what do you think that the Tigers can do moving forward to really hone their approach as they approach the postseason?
Yeah, I think that they got to start focusing on finishing shots. That they're attacking and they're getting to legs, but then guys are able to defend, or they're not capitalizing on finishing those shots.